Well, hey guys, thanks for joining me. Today we are on Lake Lookout, or Lookout Shoals, in Catawba, North Carolina. I believe that's the name of the city, the town, Catawba, North Carolina. This is a really small lake between Lake Hickory and Lake Norman. And to be quite honest, I didn't even know this place existed. They've got two boat ramps on this lake, and I put in like just outside of the dam, and hopefully we can get some fish in the boat. But let's get to them.
Well, I ain't got no money.
Well, he ain't got no money.
And a slap run out of beans.
And a slap run out of beans.
And the kids are getting hungry.
And the kids are getting hungry.
I can tell you what that means.
Well, hey guys, I have been out here for 4 hours, have not gotten a bite. I take that back. I've had a couple brim grab my worm and run off with it, but no actual bites for like fish that I would want to catch. But I'm still out here fishing. I just started coming around a corner, something caught my eye, and if this is what I'm working with here, this might explain why I can't catch anything. Can you see that? Right there in the water? Oh, he just went down. It's a shad. That thing is every bit of this big. A shad. If that's how big the shad are out here, man, I don't even think I have anything that big. But man, that shad's huge. I mean, literally, it's like that big. I mean, big old, I don't know what they are, bull shad, whatever. Because this is springtime. You know, usually the shad are like real small. That one, I guess, somehow manages to survive the winter time. Oh, finally. It's feels like a catfish. Whoa, no it's not. Nice. Nice. All right. Look at that guy. That's a nice fish. I am coming up on 5 hours. That is the first bite I've gotten all day today. Guys, look at this chunker. First bite I've gotten all day. I've been out here literally 5 hours, but it's fish like that that make it worth it. Let's get him back in the water. Man, that's a nice fish. And now it's time for tackle roundup. Well, guys, it has been an absolute struggle today. Here's what we got going on. I came here completely unprepared, is the best way to put it. Completely unprepared. Back at home, back on my home lakes, the water temp is, you know, right now it's about upper 60s at the time of filming this. And man, I was like, it's top water time. So I had tied on buzzbait, popper. I mean, I was ready to just top water the crap out of this lake. Get up here and the water temperature was like 56 degrees. I was like, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, I usually don't throw top water till, I mean, at the very least about 63, and I usually wait till about 65 to start throwing top water. But so I was completely planning on doing like top water, you know, reasonably warm water stuff, and that was not in the cards. So I had to drop back and punt. I I didn't really have a strategy at all. And just the other night, I was talking with one of the subscribers to the channel, and we were just kind of chatting back and forth on the message board, on in the comments. Leave a comment because I love having conversations with you guys. But we were talking back and forth, and he made a comment that he noticed that I don't throw the Ned rig a lot, and I confessed that yes, I don't throw the Ned rig very often, and the reason being is I spend more time like fighting brim, you know, because it's just a little tiny bait on that little thing, and it's just the brim. Just take it and run off with it, and then you get the little dink bass that grab it and run off with it. I've never caught anything worth even mentioning on a Ned rig, but he convinced me. He's like, you know what? Throw the Ned rig, give it another shot. So that's largely what I've been throwing all morning, like completely unsuccessfully. I was throwing the Ned rig, was just fighting brim all day, and I was actually to the point that I was ready to give up. I mean, I'd been out here. I put in at about 6:30, and about 11 o'clock, still hadn't gotten any bites. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna tie on some of my old favorites and just go with that, and you know, give it another half hour, and call it a day. Then I got my one bite of the day. Came on this. Look familiar? Ozark Trail. It's my Ozark Trail, the red crawdad, 1/3 ounce Walmart brand, $2 Squarebill. Ow! Squarebill crankbait. And that's what I caught my lone fish on. I should have been throwing this thing all day, probably, I would imagine. The water conditions, there's a lot of debris in the water. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know what the deal is with all the debris. There's a lot of debris, and the water level is really low. And I only know that because you can see, like, you know, all the riprap and stuff is out of the water. And we got bluebird sky, so it's been, you know, not really good condition, not really good fishing conditions. But was able to get the one decent fish in the boat, which always makes it a good day. I'm gonna keep on fishing. Maybe we can get another one in the boat. But that concludes today's tackle roundup. Hey guys, look at this. I see these things every now and then. This is the first one I've seen kind of like this, but you see similar ones. It's like a pontoon, a mini pontoon. It's got a bench seat, and it's got pedals, and it's got a paddle, and it's got like a little handle up there at the top, and that's how you steer it. I wonder if these things are like legal in kayak tournaments, because I mean, it's man powered. It's kind of like a pontoon. I see it every now and then. I'll see one that's like a bicycle. It's like a bicycle on a pontoon, and you pedal the bicycle, and it's like an actual bicycle, and you steer it with the handles. I just think those things are really cool. They're not very common, which leads me to believe they probably don't work very well, or they don't hold up very well. I'm just assuming. I don't know. What's it called? Aquacycle. American Pleasure Products. An Aquacycle. If anybody out there that's watching this actually has one of those things, and they live in like the North or South Carolina area, hit me up. I would like to try one. In fact, I think it would be funny. I'm in the QCKBF, the kayak fishing league. I've said if I could round one up, I'm going to enter one of the kayak tournaments in one of those things, preferably one of the bicycle ones, just because it would look ridiculous. I just think that would be a really funny thing to do. So if anybody has one, hit me up. At the very least, I'd like to at least ride it just to see what it's like. But that's cool. You see all these. That's another thing, is like you come out on these lakes, you see all these little cool contraptions, and I've always liked those. But let me get back to fishing. All right, guys, it is about 1 o'clock. I think I'm going to wrap it up. I was going to wrap it up a while ago, but that's the thing about fishing is, you know, every time you think you're going to call it, it gives you just a little bit more, just to keep you hanging on, just to tease you. It's just a tease. Fishing's just a big tease. But I'm officially going to call it right now. Had a great time out here. I wish the conditions were a little bit better as far as, like, you know, water level. That water level being low, I suspect probably hurt the bite. But I think there's probably some good fish out here. This is a cool little lake. But if you'd like to know anything about the lake or the lures or anything that I did today, you can look down in the description box. I'm going to leave some additional information down there. But while you're there, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. The channel is updated every week with new fishing content and new fishing adventures. So I'll be seeing you next week. This is Josh, and this is Abide Fishing.
River rats, ain't cool to stew, Baby, that's what I'm cooking you, River rats, ain't cool to stew, Baby, that's what I'm cooking you, I can't find no worms for fishing. And the garden's turning brown. But there's cooters underneath the bridge. And there's rats all over town. River rats, ain't cool to stew. Baby, that's what I'm cooking you. River rats, ain't cool to stew. Baby, that's what I'm cooking you.
Well, that was unexpected. Man, look at that guy. Well, that was totally unexpected. Totally unexpected. Well, guys, you know what I just said about fishing, how, you know, you always think you're done and it always gives you a little bit something that you weren't expecting. Well, I was on my way back to the ramp. I just had a couple of rods. I just had a underspin, trolling it out to the side. Got a nice striper. Nice little guy. Let's get him back in the water.